Hello to the viewers of Sky Multi-Asset Finance. My name is Crypto Shamsi and I'm here to bring you some technical analysis on Bitcoin and the crypto market. So let's get into it. I'm going to disappear now. Alright, so here we have the bearish pennant that we established in our previous video, and as you can see, we are starting to close daily candles below it. So technically, our cue to start shorting should have been here at the first daily close of this candle below the pennant, which would have given us approximately at the bottoms a 3% dump. Now, over the weekend, also because this is a long weekend, Mondays the stock markets are closed because of Memorial Day, I believe, we are seeing some weekend pumps happening around here from Friday night all the way up to now. We are up 3%, and I believe if we now test this bottom of this bearish pennant as resistance, which we are now trying to do at about 29,700, we can expect another rejection off of this area and then again continue downwards. So if anything, or rather what I would do from a bearish standpoint, I would try and short or try and layer some shorts from about 29,700 to 29,850 area and try catch this with a pretty tight stop loss, because if we claim this area, we are most likely to bounce all the way up to 30,600, and that might be quite risky because then we are looking at a bullish scenario. So what happens if we don't get a rejection off this bearish pennant and we reclaim this and we move upwards? So firstly, this area, this range that we've been in is tightening, and this is approximately 2.7 to 2.2, let's say roughly 3% range that we can trade. We can long if we hold support over here. Maybe a daily close at around 29,800 would reclaim, put us back into this pennant, and we can expect the range to continue and hopefully pump all the way up here. Now, another piece of resistance is going to come here, where we have been rejected and frankly haven't even tried testing the top of this bearish pennant. But if somehow we can claim this 30,600 level and close above it, then I would honestly then invalidate this bearish pennant, and I would probably think about putting along so we can try claim those 32,000, 33,000 areas for somewhat of a relief. Because if we look back at the way Bitcoin falls, you see nothing. Bitcoin never falls linearly down. It's always in a staircase pattern. So we fall, we go sideways, and then we go up a little bit again, and then we fall again and we go sideways. So let me show you this firstly. We fell, then we saw approximately a 14 to 15% rally. Again, we fell over here, and we saw somewhat of a consolidation and another 10% rally. We fell again, this is more of a bullish consolidation, and then a big rally of about 23%. Frankly, falling down from here, we are in a bearish consolidation. We haven't seen any sort of rally in this entire fall. From how long ago was it? This was the 28th of March. So we have gone nearly 2 months, 62 days, without seeing any form of relief rally, and that's very unlikely for Bitcoin. So there's two scenarios that come into my mind when we think about bullish plays that we can play. We either see this as some form of a consolidation from which we see a rally upwards of about 15-20%. That's going to help us reclaim that 33k area, which frankly, in my opinion, is going to be great exit liquidity for some coins that you ended up buying here that have gone quite low. You might be able to sell them at 2-3% profit, or maybe even at break even, because the macro trend is facing downwards. So you should play your cards very, very carefully in this area. So that's our first scenario. We see some sort of a relief rally over here and possibly come back down, test this area again for support, maybe break it and come all the way back down here again. The second scenario, which is possibly more likely, because this looks like more of a bearish consolidation than a bullish consolidation, we fall down all the way to this zone, or maybe at 20,000, because that's more of a psychological area, and wick down to 17,000, and then we see some sort of a 20-30% relief rally, taking us all the way to the mid-20s. So that is what I see on the cards. Now let's try find some confluence with Dixie, because we did discuss Dixie in our previous video. So why can Bitcoin pump? Even though right now the stock markets are pumping, let me actually show you the stock markets first. So this is the S&P 500. So here we have SPY. And as you can see, SPY has seen a fairly decent pump. We are about 6.1% above the lows here of 389. And that's a decent pump for SPY. 6.8% for SPY is very good. So how is that in confluence with Dixie? So as you can see, we discussed in the previous video, is Dixie going to go up or is it going to go down? If it goes down, SPY and Bitcoin pumps. If it goes up, then things dump. So Dixie came down, and it's funny enough, it actually came down exactly to where we drew our arrow, and we saw SPY pumping. But now, interestingly, Bitcoin is still dumping, and we've seen some sort of a decoupling happening from SPY, but the little piece of hope is that Dixie falls a little bit further, there's more selling pressure on the dollar, and people eventually do start buying Bitcoin, and we see that little bit of a relief rally. So that is the bullish scenario that I have in conjunction with us potentially being able to claim the top of this wedge and try and move up. If we cannot, then I just think this is some sort of a fake out, or frankly, a $30,000 Bitcoin doesn't give you that much of a return on investment, because let's be honest, if you buy a Bitcoin at 30,000, how high can it really pump? Can it go to 60,000? That's just a 2x. I think the whales are really looking for a 17, a 12,000, maybe a. I'm not trying to create FUD here. This is just me bringing some whale type of thinking, if you will, into this video. They're looking for low prices in the low 20s, the high teens, so that we can see those 5-6x's coming all the way to 40, 50,000, and that's more of a whale kind of a play. They're not gonna put all their money in here for a 10 or 20% pump. That's not like them. So in my opinion, that's how price is going in Bitcoin. Now, let me show you a coin that you can put a nice short in if you see Bitcoin get rejected off of this area. And I think that would be an absolute beautiful short. So now here we have Phantom, FTM. FTM, let me pull out the 6-hour chart so we can see the price on a little bit more of a micro level. So here we have FTM. FTM broke out of this diagonal support line, which we haven't discussed yet. Again, a 6-hour, 12-hour closures below it. We should have been comfortably shorting this, and that would have given us approximately a 10.4% on a very low leverage with some good risk management. 10.4% drop in FTM can give you some serious results, and it wasn't even that long. We dropped down over here, let's say from here, and this is a day and 12 hours. So a 10% dip in a day and 12 hours on a mere 5x leverage gives you a 50% profit. That is very good. That's more than what most people make in a bull market in a month sometimes. So this is what I'm eyeing on right now. So now, if the price pumps up like Bitcoin is pumping over the weekend, which is a bit dodgy because Bitcoin hasn't seen enough volume in the pump, and weekends are known for scam pumps. And as soon as CME opens, which we can see here, the Bitcoin CME close was 28,800. There's most likely that the gap is going to fill, and we're going to come all the way down from 29,300, which is where we're at right now at the time of recording, to 28,800 and have that little bit of a drop. Now, when that happens, because Bitcoin dominance is going up, we can expect some sort of correlation with FTM. So, in my opinion, I think FTM either tries to go and retest or reclaim this area of previous support, which is now going to be resistance, because this has been holding for support for the past 17 days, almost more than half a month. So FTM is going to go and try claim this. If we can claim it, then maybe this is a bullish bounce and we can try look upwards and go for a long. But if we cannot, the bottom of the range sits at about 0.2320, which for me is going to be a short of approximately 40%. Now that is extremely lucrative, although I must give you a warning, and this is not financial advice. This is very risky, and you should play this with not a lot of amount, not a lot of leverage, because you can lose as quickly as you can win. But I think things are in favor of the bulls right now in terms of this particular pattern. Now, if we go a little bit more degen, let's look at a coin called NetVark. NetVark is currently at the bottom of all bottoms that it can be. Let's look at this. So when we see a slight pump in Bitcoin goes about 3, 4, 5%. NetVark goes up approximately 25% or 15%, 20%. So what we can do let's go back to our Bitcoin chart again. When we find Bitcoin claiming this area and going for that 3 to 4 to 5 to 6% pump, let's not try and long Bitcoin. Let's try stay in the spot sometimes and try claim these little pumps on coins like NetVark, on coins like PYR. Let me show you where PYR is. Just give me a second. Okay, here we have PYR, which is currently at $4. It is extremely cheap. But again, when PYR bottoms and bounces like Bitcoin bounces, here we have a 79, approximately an 80% bounce. So I don't know why you would be interested in longing Bitcoin with coins like PYR. You don't need leverage because, I mean, look at this. It's a 20% bounce that took 2 days and 18 hours. That's how you should be managing your risk. You shouldn't be leveraging everything with Bitcoin. You should try find these bounces with these coins. Even if you found this bounce halfway, you are still making a 35% return, which is amazing in this market. So coins like PYR, ALU, Netvark, RMRK is another great coin. Again, it's at almost an absolute bottom. If we pull up the market cipher indicator, you can see these blue indicators, by the way, I'm just going to make this real quick. These blue indicators are for momentum, and this red indicator is for money flow. So now, when we're in the red money flow, it's more of a bearish situation, and green money flow is more of a bullish situation. So as you can see, money flow is clearly curving up to the upside, and we can expect some green, hopefully when Bitcoin claims some positive moves as well, because again, everything is correlated to Bitcoin. And we can also see that momentum, let me just pull out this trend line. We can also see that momentum is now shifting up to the green, and that is a bullish sign according to the market cipher indicator, and that usually helps me understand where price is gonna go. So the previous time we had sort of a momentum going upwards with an anchor and a trigger wave, we saw RMRK bounce approximately 25%. Even if we catch half of that, that's a 10% profit made in quite a short amount of time. So yeah, about 2 days, 10 hours. So that's my game plan for now. That is what I'm looking at. If Bitcoin has a bearish scenario, I am probably going to look to shorting FTM. If Bitcoin claims, or rather, if Bitcoin tries to claim to the top of this range, I'm probably going to try buy some PYR, some RMRK, some Netvark, some ALU. Yeah, I'm going to try buy those coins so we can catch those 10, 20, 30, 40% gains without having to risk the risk of liquidation, because coins like PYR, coins like Netvark are going to be the winners for the next bull run. At least that's what we believe. And again, this is not financial advice. This is very, very risky play. But if you have an appetite for risk, we also have something for people that are wanting to risk a little bit more of their portfolio. Take that risk, try their luck on those 10, 5, 20x gains, and there you have it. So this has been me, Crypto Shamsi from Sky Multi-Asset Finance. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked this video. Please let us know if you want us to do more TA on some coins that you're looking at, or if you want us to cover any other topics in terms of TA or any other coins, perhaps Ethereum or Solana. Do drop it in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.